Bodybuilder invades Jiu Jitsu gym and challenges the master. See what happens.
Seriously? Remember this chat, man. You fight worse than a girl. Oh, Jordan, he's asleep. Hey, roll him over.
After watching this video, I feel like every single female should learn the skill of Jiu Jitsu for protecting themselves against men. Now, obviously, I'm talking about the men who they need to be protected from, not all men in general. She literally put a bodybuilder to sleep, bro. And they had to wake him back up.
Somebody said this the other day. They said, if your nigga leave you, you ain't shit because niggas don't leave nobody. Because they always gonna spin the block, whether they really with you or not. Even if they just want some, they gonna spin the block. But if they really done with your ass, like if they really cut you off, you ain't shit.
I agree. It takes too long for a man to build a team up. Why would he leave the woman he already has secured sex with? If you don't remember anything else I say, remember this. Women want security as far as financially and being safe, being protected, and men want security too. They want sexual security. That's why men don't leave. But think about it, it's a perfect balance. It's not that men don't want security, like financially or just being protected from danger and things like that. We want that, but we don't need it from someone else. We can provide that ourselves. We can provide financial security for ourselves from being ambitious. And we also can provide physical security for ourselves just by learning how to fight or learning how to. And women don't feel a necessity for sexual security because it comes to them in abundance. So basically, as two different genders, what's most important to us from the opposite gender is what we can't really get from ourselves. Or we can get it, but it's more difficult to come by. Protective security is more difficult to come by for females, and sexual security is more difficult to come by for males. With that being said, this is why men don't leave women, because if he leaves her, it's going to take so much more for him to just get. It's going to take a whole nother month probably before he can get another woman loud in the bed with him.
I've always wanted to be an independent woman, and now that I'm in my 30s, I think I see it now, and it's so weird how like glaringly obvious it becomes. And I've talked to other women in their 30s too, and they say it always happens like right around the same time. And you're in your 30s, and if you happen to not have kids in your 30s, and you happen to not have a husband in your 30s, all of a sudden it hits you in the face, and you just start to see all these flaws, and then you start to think that the only thing that you fucking want. And I'm not even kidding. It's like the only thing that you want is just one person that you can just completely rely on, that you can just do this fucking thing called life with, and a kid.
Nice. I'm so glad that you're admitting to that.
Sometimes I wonder why the majority of women in their 20s are such idiots. Every 70-year-old, every 60-year-old, every 50-year-old, every 40-year-old, and every 30-year-old has come to that realization. They call it a midlife crisis, and I think women go through it far more than men do. The reason why I say a lot of women in their 20s are such idiots is because they all do that same thing that she's talking about, be independent, thought around in their 20s and things like that, and then they have realization when they turn 30, when y'all could have just been wise to listen to the wisdom of the older women. I guess y'all be thinking that I got it all figured out, or that the older women are not going to understand y'all because they're a different generation. How many times will people have to continue to repeat the same cycle for y'all to learn? That's the purpose of history. The purpose of history is to learn from someone else's mistakes so that you don't make the same mistakes. But none of y'all females in y'all 20s, none of y'all study y'all history. It ain't like y'all gotta go to the books and study history. Y'all can talk to y'all mamas. Y'all can talk to y'all aunties. Y'all can talk to y'all bigger sisters. Y'all don't do none of that. In fact, y'all ain't even got to talk to them. Just look at their life. And y'all don't even do that. I don't know what type of world y'all be in, bro. If we could just match a 30-year-old woman's mindset with a 20-year-old woman's fertility and body and beauty, it will change everything.
A lot of people got something to say about the fact that I got 6 kids with 6 different men. So I'm just going to tell y'all why it is better to do it this way. If I had 6 kids with all the same dude, I get 34% of his income, which is only $680 a month. If I got 6 kids with 6 different dudes, I get 17% from each one of them, which is $340 a month from each one. $340 a month times 6 baby daddies is $2,040. So why don't you have 6 baby daddies?
And she didn't include welfare either. In the second year of my wife and I's marriage, we've been married for 4.5 years now. We moved to a nicer apartment complex that was fairly expensive, and one of our neighbors was a single mother with 2 kids. Now, mind you, at the time I was doing content, so I was a full-time content creator. So I was always my second room was my office, my home office. So I was always home, basically. I would get up in the morning, run my mile, come back, do my content, then maybe go to the gym later. That was like my routine, and I was always home. So where my office window was, I was able to see everything that was going outside. We stayed at that apartment complex for a whole year and a half. And do you know in that whole year and a half, she never went to work. And some may argue, well, maybe she worked from home. Listen, if you hear her babies crying, her yelling and stuff like that, her talking on the phone with people, if I could hear all that, then I would have been able to hear she was working a job at a call center and answering from home. And I believe 2 of those kids she had was by 2 different dads. I also didn't mention that after a year of my wife and I staying there, she had another kid with another baby daddy. And the whole time, all I could think about is, man, she's really finessing these dudes for some child support. She living her best life, not working, probably collecting welfare. I know she collecting child support, and she don't have to work. And it's always at men's expense. So it used to make me feel some type of way. I ain't gonna lie. And she looked good too. She's an attractive woman. When women cry and complain about like they have it so bad and stuff like that, this system has been set up in such a way for y'all to succeed in so many ways. And a lot of women are playing the system to their advantage. So am I really mad at the women who do that? Nah, I'm just more so mad at the guys who fall for it over and over and over and over again, who empower that type of behavior. Because women wouldn't do that if it wouldn't be for some simp dudes who be falling for that bull crap. It really is on the guys. As long as y'all continue to simp out for females and do that bull crap, they're going to continue to do that type of stuff and finesse y'all at your expense and at their benefit.
You so bad, bitch. You so fucking bad, bitch. Be my wife.
Although humor and charisma is one of the best ways to get a female if you're not really the best looking guy, half the time all it does is just flatter them and then you get no benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes them happy, makes them feel good. It's like bragging rights for them, but for the most part, it's not going to really, you ain't going to get the woman like you want her. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying this because I don't really believe that she responded to him. In fact, when you look back on the video, she didn't even accept the Instagram message. She just listened to it, screen recorded, posted his content, and even respond to him. Yeah, I guess that's how it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? I think you're beautiful. I just want to say, can I give you some head?
What? You like arguing for real?
Man, that ass.
Not just flat out. You can't ask my Instagram.
I mean, I can get that too, but is it a yes or no?
I don't usually trust anything like that.
You know? I'm just trying to pass out of your airhead. I'm just giving out heads, so I just, I don't know where your head is at. Yeah.
You know how you see a woman that you're really, really attracted to, and you're pretty much low-key kind of intimidated of her because she's so beautiful to you. And you want to talk to her because you don't want to miss out on the opportunity. I've learned in those situations that the best thing to do, because when you're nervous, they look at that as weakness. Like, women be looking at that nervousness as weakness. Like, TV will make it seem like it's cute, right? Like, TV will make it seem like when you're nervous and you approach a woman, that is cute. She don't think that stuff is cute, bro. So if you're nervous and you want to approach a woman and stuff like that, I think the best thing to do, honestly, is just to say something outlandish. Like, so say something that both of y'all was not expecting. And it just leads to the interaction being more natural because you say this outlandish thing, this random thing, she laughs, you laugh, it's funny. Now you done forgot about what made you nervous in the first place. And it takes the pressure off the whole interaction just in general. I used to do it. I ain't never said nothing like that, but I used to do that. And let's just say it worked 50% of the time. And almost 100% of the time, I'll actually get a good interaction from that female just by being random, honestly. But that's low-key also high-key. That's my personality as well. I'm just a random person, so.